Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid Mohideen. This is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. So, as you know, we've been doing a little bit of a series, having different cricketers on the show, talking about the CSA T20 Challenge, talking about some challenges of the tournament, some things that went well. We had some players coming on, bantering with each other about the bio bubble and things that they got up to over there. Today, we're going to be talking to two special batsmen in South African cricket, two very talented players that have, throughout the years, always shown that they have this amazing ability with the bat in hand, as from kids right up until their careers have blossomed now into proper franchise players. So we're going to be having Ryan and Raynard on the show today, and it's going to be a real interesting one because we're going to be talking about the conditions in Durban, what it was like to actually bat there. We can talk to Ryan a little bit about his experience in Pakistan and those type of conditions. But also we're going to talk to Raynard about obviously now having an opportunity to bat in Durban in a T20 match on a track that was more conducive, you could say, for the slower bowlers or slower deliveries and spinners as well. But they'll give us better insight than me making an assumption of what it was like because they were out there in the middle. So we'll have a chat with them. We don't know what banter is going to happen between the two of them on screen, but we'll have to wait and see because we always like a little bit of back and forth between the two guys. They're joking around with each other because, I mean, professional cricketers, they have great sense of humor. But before we get going, let's just subscribe to the channel, please, guys. Click that notification bell for all future videos as well. With regards to questions, I just want you guys to know that because we are going to be talking to the two guests on the show, it's going to be difficult for me to see all your comments. So please, if you want your comments to be read out or your question asked to Ryan and Raynard, we've turned on the super chat. So on the bottom left-hand corner of the live chat, there's a $sign. Click on that and get your questions in, please, as much as you can. So without further ado, here's Raynard and here's Ryan. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, Khalid. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I know you guys are on tight schedules and you have busy lives, so I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. But don't gun me down if I'm going to keep you and be intrigued by this conversation. So let's start with this particular tournament. Reynard, when it comes to you, before I go to the Lions, get to understand the Lions, etc. I just want to go to you first because it's kind of your first T20 tournament for the Knights where you really got to go to an opportunity to show what you have in the T20 format. We know that guys are getting pigeonholed into different formats. We did a whole show about it, saying that we don't want people to be pigeonholed. Every player deserves to show his ability. So from your perspective, in this particular tournament, I mean, I watched that 80 that you scored, of course. That was spectacular. That was an amazing performance. I really enjoyed that particular innings. From your perspective, what did this tournament do for you, and what was it like to play in those Durban conditions?
Yeah, I think the previous T20 game I played was probably 2 or 3 years ago. And yeah, there's also always been a few things said about me only playing red ball cricket. So yeah, this tournament was, for me, it was a great opportunity to show that I can play white ball cricket and can play T20 cricket. Obviously, the team didn't get the results we were after, but I was just really happy to get an opportunity to bat a bit in T20 cricket. And also, I think Durban might have been, I've listened to other guys speak. It's not an easy ground to play T20 cricket on and score big scores. So yeah, I think I learned a lot. Also, it was really nice playing against the teams with a lot of Proteas players in them. So it was a great experience for me.
I can't get the thing to change the screen. So yeah, I'm back again. I don't know what's going on with the internet at the moment. But you were there a little alone on the screen there, Ryan. Thank you for that, Raynard. I'm going to get into you, Ryan, because I wouldn't say that I don't know how you weren't really happy with your performance. I would take it from this particular tournament compared to you weren't in the best of form for yourself. But I mean, there's always learnings that you can take from every competition, and every player goes through dips in form. This was just unfortunate that maybe this tournament was a little bit of a dip in form for you. But what do you take out of tournaments and learning curves from this? Like, how do you work on bouncing back?
It's funny, the whole talk about form. To be honest, I never felt like I was batting poorly in any stage. Even going from Pakistan, even though I didn't get a game there, I was training a lot and I felt good and I felt confident in my game plans. And then obviously into Durban, I think it didn't really click for me. I was over analyzing quite a lot of things. Like Raynard said, it's a tough T20 ground, and I was probably overthinking it. To be honest, I really was trying to look at the options and all those kind of things. So it didn't really click for me. I still feel like I'm playing well. Obviously, I had a very poor tournament by everyone on my standards and everyone else's standards. But the key learnings for me is more mental than anything. I think that was the biggest challenge for me is how can you mentally get up for the games and how you process the games from spending time in, where in the bubble, I'm a busy guy. I don't like sitting around doing anything. So that was a new thing for me, sitting in your room the whole time. So I was constantly over analyzing the game and stuff like that. So for me, it was more mental, I think, and my approach to the game I'm still obviously learning and thinking about it now, that I'd like to take out of it, and just the way if I had to be in that situation again, a better way to go about it. And even when you are struggling mentally, how can you get out of that rut before it starts really sinking you?
Yeah, because there's a lot to learn from you, because I mean, you've been in the situation with the Lions so many times before. They've shown what they're capable of over the last couple of seasons. Now, we spoke to the Lions guys last night. We spoke to Riza, Bjorn, and Bjorn and Vian, and just to get some insight into what it was like in the camp, etc. You've been a part of successful seasons, because I mean, the Lions, with regards to T20 competitions, they've just been dominant. Even the Josie Stars you've been a part of when they won the tournament. So what is it about the mindset at the Lions that gets you guys to perform at this level consistently? We know you have players, yes, but it's not only about, you can have great players. You can see with the Titans, for example, they have great players, but they haven't managed to get over the line this tournament. With regards to you guys, you have great players, yes, but what is it about the team that just keeps on winning?
Yeah, obviously it helps when you have really good players, but I think the emphasis on the really good players, that they really, really want to do well. Like a guy like KG he wasn't coming in there to bowl his 4 overs and worry about his rhythm or something like that. He said, I want to be the man of the match. I want to be the big performer. And if a guy like that is doing it, and if he's got the drive to win the game for the Lions, best believe I think the other 10 guys or other 16 guys in the squad are all putting their hands up as well. But I think obviously if you have the players and you have a blend of experience, and a bit of a few younger guys, just the guys get on really well. And I think when all those pro tier guys come back, the team just kind of takes a step up, especially the younger guys, because it gets a bit not tense, but you got to take your finger out your backside, and you really got to be on form for these guys as well. And obviously it's a proud union. The guys aren't there to lose. We're there to win. And I just think that the desire from the big players filters down to everyone. And I think that's really like the big difference in the mindset, that we actually expect to win most games, to be honest. We expect to win every single game. So when we lost that one to the Dolphins, it was actually heart-wrenching for a lot of players, because we should never lose a game.
Yeah. I just want to tell all the viewers out there, just bear with us, because there's a internet crisis at the moment around the world, around this country. So we all be using data, and it's very unreliable when it comes to this platform. So I'm just going to talk to you guys, continue the conversation. Ryan, there's a lot of talk you can see in the media. Same, Raynard, you can also comment on this straight after Ryan, about South Africans' ability to play in spinning conditions, etc. Players from South Africa struggling against spinning conditions, certain batsmen struggling on spinning tracks, etc. What sort of lessons are you guys getting from the coaches, from other senior players? Obviously, Ryan, you were with the Proteas, and Raynard, you were with the Proteas as well for the test team in Sri Lanka. So Like, what sort of messages are getting sent to you guys about how to combat spinning tracks, especially when the wickets are a bit slower?
So I learned quite a lot in Pakistan with regards to that. Kadir was turning it quite a lot and those tracks were spinning. So in the first game, obviously I watched all of them, but the first game we were a bit tentative, and everyone has their own individual plans on how they're going to approach it. And from the flip from the first game to the second game was honestly just a mindset kind of shift. We spoke about it, all the batters spoke about it and said, this Kadir kid, he's not the best. He's not the best leg spin in the world. He's behind Shadab Khan and Yasser Shah. How can he bowl four overs and get 4 for 20 against us? So it was literally just a mind shift of saying, we're going to take him on. These are our best options against him. And if it's not there to take him on, we get off strike. And it's obviously every player has their own method to go around it. But the way I think South Africans, everyone falls in that particular trap. Okay, it's spinning. What do I do here? Or sweep, or kind of thing. And even watching Raynard when he got that 70, I mean, he played some beautiful shots and he played it very well, hitting over extra cover. And he obviously will be able to talk to you a bit more about that. But I think it's more of a mindset kind of thing of when Kesha's bowling to you and it's spinning, do you go at him or do you just sit in your shell kind of thing? And that's why a guy like Reza, I think, is so impressive to watch, because he's actually very confident against spin, and he's not tentative. He obviously got his single options, but when they miss and they go into his area, they go. And I think it's just a big mindset approach and how you're going to go about it.
Yeah, Raynard, can you add to that?
Yeah, for me, I feel like just having a clear plan and committing 100% to it. So having your options that you've trained and prepared well, and then going into the game, if you make a decision the way you're going to play, just committing 100% to it. So I felt like usually if you're uncertain and you're not committing to a plan, that's when you get caught up. So that's, for me, it's the most important part.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily. Yeah, it's not necessarily always about, like, we hear from people like, no, you must sweep. Like, the sweep must be on. Watch how Joe Root played spin. You must sweep the ball. Is that the only option? I mean, obviously that's not the only option. So is it more about confidence, or is it more a mentality, or is it more about shot selection?
I think it's I think it's.
You want to go, Raynard?
You need to train the skills to be able to have the skills for the situations where the ball is turning and when it's not turning, and then just having your options and then committing to it. I think the sweep is a very important shot when the wicket is turning. Either if you play it against the spin or with the spin, I prefer going against it. So if it's off spin, I would rather reverse sweep. But I think it's about the training you put in, so that if you get into a game, you can back it 100% and make that decision, and have a proper mindset backing yourself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Obviously you do the work and you have your own options and your own plans versus spinners, but I think in general most teams fall into the whole sweep. When in doubt, you sweep, and it's the sweep shot works. It is effective, but you got to have, I think, more than just the sweep shot. You can't sweep, and I think that's the same thing that ties into what you practice for, what your options are, and are you confident enough to execute it and smart enough to back it and play it when the time comes.
So we just got a hi from both of you guys for one of our usual signees. He always signs in on all our YouTube channels. So this says I must say hello to the two of you guys. Let's get on to the question about the bubble itself. Now, Ryan, you coming out of a bubble in Pakistan, what was it like to be in a bubble there and then coming back into South Africa and being in a bubble here? I mean, Raynard, you also jumped a bit from bubble to bubble too. So how do you guys mentally, what is that experience like?
For me personally, it's a bit soul destroying. I started the beginning of the year, I had COVID, so I was in 10 days at home here. And then I had a couple of days out, and then we were in the Poch bubble. And then I went straight from Poch to Pakistan. And that bubble was interesting. It's winter there now, so we practice at night. We practice at night. We leave the hotel at 5, 6 o'clock. We train till 10. So we never actually really saw the sun for the whole 2 and a bit weeks we were there. to then go straight into the Durban one, obviously just kind of it's a bit tough, I think. Especially, like I said, for me, I'm a busy guy. I don't like to sit still. And, you know, when you go to a game and you go and then you just sit inside a four walls, it does beat you up a bit mentally. So I definitely felt mentally fatigued throughout the latter half of the bubble. But yeah, like I said, it's something, it's a new norm, I guess, now. Hopefully not for much longer, but it's just about how can you deal with it.
Yeah, I think it was much tougher for Ricks. I just went in it for basically for a week that we trained before the T20 comp, and then while we were playing games. So for me, honestly, it wasn't that bad. I could chill on my own, do some reading, watch some Netflix. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't that tough. It wasn't that long.
No, but you were very much of a guy that likes your own
Something's
space.
gonna change, Rainy.
Yes. You're very much a guy that likes your own space. Now, I heard last night about Vian and Bjorn talking about everybody playing Call of Duty and getting involved over there. Marco also spoke about it, them all getting involved with the PlayStations, etc. That's how they kept the Durban bubble quite interesting. What was it like for so many teams and different guys to be in one particular space at a time? You know, when you're with your country, it's different because it's like there's only 2 teams in the same bubble. But now you've got like 6 franchises all together from different teams. You've got mates in the other team. Did you guys get to like mingle with other guys from other teams, or and maybe chat to some of the senior guys you never got to speak to? Maybe you go the Ryan first.
Yeah, I don't think we were actually really allowed to, but I think everyone did at the end of the day. It is nice to see guys, because there's always been a lot of movements in the franchise, so you actually end up playing with most of the players around. And yeah, you have some mates in other teams, so it is nice from that perspective to, you know, walk up onto we had a pool on the top floor, to go walk up there and you see some of your mates or guys that you played against. So from that perspective, it was quite nice, but you know, it was always short-lived. It never really could be a longer thing in the bubble. So either way, yeah, it was a bit different, but it's always nice to see all the guys out there, because we're all going through the same thing.
Yeah, Raynard, I know you spoke about, yes, we like into this chill it out and watch a bit of Netflix. Then give us some series over there that you're watching at the moment that you can recommend to the guys.
Yeah, the only one I watched was Narcos. So now you say it. Yeah, and then we played a lot of poker as well, with Wandy and Mich and them. So yeah, that's what kept us busy. Yeah, if we had time, we chilled at the pool. It was probably my favorite part of the day, to get out of the room and chill there. But yeah, it was a nice time to spend some time with even players in your own team that when you're in Bloom, you don't really spend a lot of time with. So yeah, that was also quite nice.
Yeah, because you're talking about poker over there. You must have a crazy poker face. Like, you must be winning a lot of games there.
Yeah,
I don't think he won anything.
We played for money, and I think I was out first or second, so it wasn't great.
Not surprised.
So, can I ask you guys about your relationship? I mean, how many times do you guys get to interact with each other over the years so far?
Well, me and Ricks, we shared a room with the academy. So we spent some time there, but I think, to be honest, away from that, we haven't really been doing a lot together. If I'm correct. Maybe just at the games we'll greet each other, chat a bit, but we haven't spent too much of the field together.
Yeah. Well, I know obviously you live in different cities, of course, I know, but I thought there would maybe been a time, because you seem to know Raynard quite a bit, Ryan. So I thought maybe there was a time where you guys like spend some time together. Like you said, you spent a room together. What is it like to room up with this guy like Raynard?
Raynard's messy, so yeah, I'll leave it at that.
And you the complete
he was never in the room, so he was always present in other rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we obviously did what 3 months at the academy and then on the tour. But yeah, obviously the different cities, you're there for cricket. Really, never really spend too much time off the field with many other players, to be honest.
Yeah.
And how do you guys learn from each other? The conversations between the two of you guys. I mean, and generally speaking, with other cricketers. I know that Ryan, you reaching towards you leading to become more experienced in the side now because of the amount of games you played. You're still young, but you the more games you play, there's more youngsters coming in the system. And Raynard, from your perspective, you're obviously a junior in the side, but you're also getting more experience now as we go along. So let's reverse it up. Ryan, what do you learn from the younger guys around you that are coming in through the system? And Raynard, from you, from the more experienced guys in your particular side, because the Knights have a lot of great experience, especially in the batting lineups.
Sure. From the younger guys in our team, I don't really say that many younger guys, but what I do enjoy learning from the guys that do come in is actually how simple they keep it. I think we're all at that stage. Maybe ignorance not the right word, but you go in there with, I can do all of this and I got nothing to lose. You don't have any of that. I want to say baggage because it's the wrong word, but you don't have, you haven't learned all the things that you need to learn. So there's just that element of simplicity and a bit of, aggressiveness in the way you play and the excitement to play. And I think sometimes the older you get, like I said, you think about the game a lot more and, you overindulge in the game. So what I actually have learned from the younger guys, actually just, the passion for the game and the excitement and how simple, you keep it. You ask a couple of, so what are you doing here if they're doing this? I'll just watch the ball. And that's all they do. And that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So I think you just learn from the simplicity that the younger guys bring into the team.
That's excellent.
Yeah. For me, one thing is how specific some of the more senior guys train for certain grounds and specific bowlers they play against. And then I also like to chat to them about experiences and what they've learned from some of the great players we've had, like Fudgy. He's played with, say, AB, a lot of very, very good players, and just how they go about it. And yeah, I've taken quite a bit out of that, especially with AD as well. He's been at the IPL, worked with Virat and all those players. So to just hear how they go about it is really nice. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for coming on. Thanks a lot for sharing some insights with me and with the fans out there. Good luck for the rest of the season. I know the 4-day competition starts again, so good luck for that when you do get an opportunity to do that and play there as well. I just want to ask you guys if you can leave the guys with just one inspirational, younger guys, because I like to leave them with something inspirational just to go ahead and to add into their game. Ryan, we start with you.
Something inspirational. They don't always sound like a broken record, but it does always come down to the same thing. Just something that I think I'm still learning is just obviously just try, like I said, keep it simple, enjoy the game, watch the ball, and obviously just make memories and enjoy your time playing the game because it doesn't last forever.
Keep it simple. Learn as much as you can while you're still young, because I think as a youngster there's still so much to learn, and if you keep training hard and doing your best, there's nothing that can stop you to be a great player. So yeah.
Before I sign off, Ryan, there's a question for you. Because it just broke recently. They're talking about maybe it hasn't been confirmed 100% yet, but they're talking maybe about Temba taking over the Test captaincy for over from Quinton de Kock. I just want to ask your opinion on Temba's captaincy and what you've experienced with him as a captain. Obviously, he was the captain in the CSA T20 Challenge. What is he like as a person and as a captain?
Temba's obviously he's quite a relaxed, down to earth guy. Very easy to get along with. As a captain, he becomes a lot more. Obviously, he has a bigger role, so I think he fine tunes it big time. He's obviously very smart with the game and knows the game very well, and I think his tactics are really good. One thing I can say about Temba is that he's not one of those quiet captains which calls the shots. He makes the hard decisions and he's there always driving the guys, and he's actually pulling the rest of us along 98% of the time, to be honest. I think he is a very good leader. I think he's a natural leader as well. He obviously, like I said, he's got a heap of experience, and I think he actually has the drive to lead no matter what team, whether it's the Lions or strikers or the SAA team or the pro teams, I think he'll definitely have that drive, and he has the wits to manage it, I think.
Raynard, can you maybe talk a little bit about him and what it was like in the test team to be around him?
Yeah, we didn't spend that much time together. What I saw about him is
Okay.
very chilled, very focused. Fielding wise, he's always giving his 100%, training, doing his best. So yeah, that's about it from him.
Cool. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming on the show. Thanks to all the fans that are coming on the show. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos. Go and download the latest issue of the magazine. Subscribe. It's 100% free. All the back issues as well. So you can go, the link is on the screen and in the description. If you want all updates, cricketfanaticsmag.com. For future streams, guys, when I bring on guests, you can try and get the comments in the comment section if you want to in the live chat, but I can't always get to them. So that's why we turn on the super chat. There's a $ sign on the bottom left-hand corner for future streams. If you ever want to ask me a question or the guests a question, so this that you know for future references. You have to actually add in your credit card on YouTube for you to be able to do that. Sometimes it doesn't work on an iPhone app. So on iPhone YouTube app, so you'll have to do it from the browser. So just make sure that you sort out all of those things. You can test it on maybe on one of our other streams. To all the guys out there that have small businesses or a business looking to make sales online, even if your business is offline, just contact Cricket Fanatics Magazine. We will see how we can help you publish your business or promote your business online. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again tomorrow with another Offside Maiden show, which is at 7 o'clock, an all-women's podcast. Go ahead and check that episode out. If we get some guests on the show tomorrow evening, you'll see a show from me at 8 o'clock too. Thanks a lot, Raynard. Thanks a lot, Ryan, for coming on the show. We'll see all of you guys.
Thanks, Fabius.
Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.